Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be discussing how to use AWS DynamoDB with Java. But before we begin, let's understand what DynamoDB is. DynamoDB is a NoSQL database that provides high performance and scalability. AWS DynamoDB was built to handle millions of requests per second and provides automatic scaling and load balancing. It is a fully managed service provided by AWS, which means that we don't have to worry about the maintenance, security, backup, and recovery of our database. DynamoDB has an API that we can call to interact with our database. We can use AWS SDK for Java to make these API calls. AWS SDK for Java provides a simple EasyTouse API that abstracts the low-level details of interacting with AWS services. Let's start by setting up our project. First, we need to add the AWS SDK for Java dependency to our project. We can do this by adding the following code to our POM small file. We also need to set up our AWS credentials. We can do this by creating a credentials file in our AWS directory. The credentials file should contain our AWS access key and secret access key. Now that we have set up our project and credentials, let's create a DynamoDB table. We can create a table by calling the creatable method of the DynamoDB client. The creatable method takes a creatable request object that contains the details of the table we want to create. Here's an example. This code creates a DynamoDB table named users with an attribute named id and a primary key with the hash key named id. Now let's insert some items into our DynamoDB table. We can do this by calling the Puted method of the table object. The Puted method takes a Puted request object that contains the details of the item we want to insert. Here's an example. This code inserts an item into our DynamoDB table with the id 1, the name John, and the age 30. Finally, let's retrieve an item from our DynamoDB table. We can do this by calling the getIt method of the table object. The getIt method takes a getIt request object that contains the details of the item we want to retrieve. Here's an example. This code retrieves the item from our DynamoDB table with the id 1 and prints it to the console. And that's it. We have successfully used AWS DynamoDB with Java. Thank you for watching and happy coding. Thanks for watching and happy coding.